Hee-haw, hee-haw.
It's the Upgruv podcast. I'm Rob Rossi.
I'm Chris Pastrick.
I'm Jill Leonard.
So, Chris, you have a friend. Yeah,
I have one.
You have one.
I have one.
No, we appreciate it because we have a loyal listener to the Upgruv podcast.
He is very much Brian. He's very much
he wants to
loyal
hear
listener.
more Christmas song discussion.
He was a little bit upset, I have to say, last week, Jill, with you. He
would fit right in with the podcast.
Yeah.
he took a little bit of an exception to your Marshmallow World
Seriously?
choice for best Christmas, or one of the best Christmas
It's not
songs.
even the best Christmas song by Darlene Love.
Wow.
I just say that you cannot listen to It's a Marshmallow World and be mad.
I can be mad about anything.
Well, but that's different, though, than it being a good Christmas song.
Well, to me, it's a good Christmas song because
Yeah.
it makes me happy. So I guess it's all
Okay.
subjective.
I guess it is.
You know, like how, driving.
It is very jangly.
It's a marshmallow world in the winter, when the snow comes to cover the ground.
Like, it's a very uplifting song.
Yeah.
It is a very up with people
Yes,
song.
it's
Take a
like
walk with your favorite girl. Like,
Yeah.
how can,
Yeah.
in clouds of snow and, or whatever.
Have we
Beef snow?
corrupted Marshmallow World? Because I've not been able to think of Baby It's Cold Outside the same since you explained to me.
Oh, it's a
really
date
like-
rape song.
What's in this
No
drink?
cabs to be had out there.
It's full of
Marshmallow World isn't like some sexual innuendo.
Hey, that's okay if it is.
I don't
Yeah.
know that. Oh, I see what you're saying.
I'm
there.
just asking.
I never thought of it that way.
I've had a
Thank
hard
you.
time with Christmas songs ever since the revelation that most of them are
But that's not a Christmas song. And when we go back to
Christmas. We've discovered is a very phallic.
it is. It's
holiday.
very dirty.
Yeah,
It's very dirty.
holiday. Yeah.
Yeah, we were talking about this the other day.
Yeah.
In fact, we had the different things that make Christmas dirty. Yule log. Santa comes once a year.
Santa sack.
Snow globes. Yeah.
That was mine. I'm going to say it. That was all me.
So Jill turns everything into something dirty. So
It's a gift.
But, I've not been able to think of Santa Claus coming to town the same ever since, though. So
is this yours, Rob?
This was Rob's.
I think this was mine, Grandma's pie.
That was the ultimate mic drop
the
one.
truth
Wow.
being, my
Wow.
grandmother's never made pie, so yeah. So Jingle Bell rocks, I guess. But yeah,
Jingle Bell Rock is a good Christmas song.
it is. Well, there's many
Yeah.
versions of it. Which one do you prefer?
You know what? And I think you had mentioned this last week. I think it's all of when you grow up and come of age. To me, it's the Hall & Oates one.
Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock.
I would
Is that
agree.
Jingle Bell Rock?
Yeah.
They do a version of that? Yeah.
The
okay.
G.E. Smith video.
Yeah. Well, that was one of the first videos I remember
Right.
ever seeing way back.
I didn't shave my mustache after November. I turned it into a goatee, but I always sort of wanted to grow it was John Oates with the mustache, right?
Yes.
Yes.
And if you see him, though, without
the
it,
mustache, it looks strange.
it looks very odd.
It's very much like watching the Justice League movie of Superman where they took the mustache out. Like it looks like it should be there.
You know what?
Yeah.
I got to say this. When I was in college, because I was in plays in college, and I did a production one time where I was playing this director, and I was a smarmy director, and I grew a mustache for the role, and it affected my personal life and private life. And I found
As if
out
he didn't have one.
no, and I found out like people.
They think
missed a
they
couple
think
of
you're a creep.
dates because like people were thinking I was creepy looking.
Because of the mustache or your behavior?
Yeah.
The mustache is liberating, though. It makes you feel like you can get away with anything. Like, it makes you feel like any behavior, like, I can act like a jerk. I forgot to my mustache.
My fiance is like that.
You have a mustache?
Yeah. He has a, like, kind of like you're rocking now, the goatee and the
Okay.
stash. And he's like empowered when he just rocks the stash.
You think he gets away with stuff that he otherwise wouldn't?
I don't know if he gets away with stuff. He definitely feels empowered when he rocks
Yeah.
them.
I always wondered why Superman was able to shave in the first place.
Because wouldn't it be like steel?
You would think nothing would shave his face. Like, does he shave with a kryptonite razor?
That's a good question.
Like,
That's
I
such
never
a
understood.
Very good.
The other thing is,
question.
how does he cut his hair? And what product could Superman possibly put in his hair that would hold? Because it's Superman.
Wow.
Like-
Talking about metaphysical questions.
Well, right. I've never understood this with Superman. Like, And in the movie, she tells him, well, you smell good. He's Superman. Does he smell at all?
That's a good point.
He doesn't sweat. In theory, he shouldn't sweat. He's Superman. You can't go to a doctor. You can't get a needle in your arm. You need,
I don't know where to go with that.
I don't either. So the Marshmallow World Christmas is... It's not even the best Darlene Love Christmas song. It's what we're getting back to.
We're all coming full circle.
It's
Well,
clearly...
what other Christmas songs do you like? See if you can redeem yourself in Brian's eyes. See if you can have some other Christmas
She hasn't
songs.
had to redeem herself in our eyes yet.
Yeah,
was she?
You put me on the spot here.
I
I can say I don't like Jingle. I can start by saying I do not like Jingle Bell Rock.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Jingle Bells because I don't like Jingle Bells.
No,
It's one of those songs that I've heard way too many times. I don't even like to hear it.
I'm probably not going to redeem myself with Brian when I say this. But remember how last week you were talking about the songs you like to hear in church? Oh,
Yes.
come all you faithful. One that I don't remember us talking about that I heard on the radio the other day and really liked is Joy to the World. Did we talk about that?
You don't
We
like
kind
Joy
of
to the
talked
No,
World?
about Joy to the World.
yeah.
That's usually the exit hymn. Like when
I was going to say,
you
I don't
church.
think you're allowed to dislike Joy to the
No, I really like that. I was listening. I was like, oh, this is another one I don't know that we talked about, or maybe we just
Yes.
kind of just very quickly talked about it.
Joy
but-
to the World, I believe, is one of the only two songs I can play on the piano because you could just come down from the top of the scale. Dun, 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 dun. It's very easy to play, so I can play it.
There's also, I don't think it's a religious song, although it's religious themed, but I think it's a pop song, Oh Holy Night.
Yeah.
There's many versions of it.
Oh, Holy Night. I mean,
My favorite
think that's
version is the
religious,
Nat
isn't
King Cole.
Oh, holy night, the stars are brightly shining.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's iconic.
I think anything by Nat King.
Anything by it's tough to
Wow.
But going back to Darlene Love, one of my favorite Christmas songs is her version of Baby Please Don't Go.
Okay.
And she would perform it every year on the Letterman show. In like the last week before he went away for his Christmas break.
Huh.
And it was fantastic. And when he had started asking her to do it, she was kind of at a point in her career where people didn't remember how important she was. Now she's a Rock Hall of Famer and everything, but it was really like through the years. I remember her last performance, which I think was 2014, was sensational.
Huh.
Like, and Letterman was kind of like taken aback by it. He was a little bit emotional for him. So that's always it's always one of the ones I've liked.
Oh, wow.
I like those Christmas songs with like some vocal heft to them.
Yeah.
Even Joy to the World has that. Like Joy to the World. You got that big boom. If somebody can sing it, I can't obviously. But
Oh, good. I'm sorry.
No, I was just going to say, one of the songs I like, and it kind of is a religious song also, but it's not a church song, is Do You Hear What I Hear?
Do you?
And again, that I think was to me, when I was in high school, the album A Very Special Christmas came out, the very first one. There's been like 20 of them since
Right.
then, but first one came
They
out.
can't all be special.
And Whitney Houston was on
Yes.
that, and she did Do You Hear What I Hear? And to me, that's the iconic performance
yeah.
of that song.
Sing a little lamb to the shepherd boy. Do you hear what I hear?
I heard on the XM radio the other day, one of the channels was doing a look back at the Feed the World song. And they were it was a really cool gimmick, right? They were playing the song, and then
Wait, is this is the Do
original.
They Know It's Christmas?
Do They Know It's
song?
Christmas?
Okay,
Yeah,
right,
yeah,
okay.
whatever the name of the song. But then they did an actual song by everybody that performed on it and told a story about what it was pretty cool.
Oh, that's
yeah,
interesting.
yeah, because you kind of forget like
Oh, no,
who's
that's
all
very
that-
interesting.
Yeah, so
Okay.
but I was thinking I had this discussion with a colleague of ours. Oh, well, she's been on the podcast, Megan Rogers from Everybody
Okay.
Craves.
Yeah, Megan.
And so I don't know if the audience knows this about me. Of one of the many things you might not expect, I am a huge Peanuts fan. Like the comics. I love Snoop. Like even I like have Christmas decorations that are Peanuts and everything. And so I love all the shows. But the Charlie Brown Christmas special is the apex of
It's one of the best.
Right,
Yes,
right.
Absolutely.
So I was talking with Megan, and Megan was asking me about, the Charlie Brown Christmas song.
Okay.
And she was asking, like, well, you know which one I'm talking about. And I'm like, yeah. And I when I hear a Charlie Brown Christmas song, I think of the the choir, the kids choir singing, you know. I forget what the opening verse is, and I won't try to sing it because but you know, it's like the kids singing, and it's.
The Vince
Classical,
Guaraldi,
yeah.
that's what you're talking about. Yeah.
She was talking about dun 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 dun.
Right.
Which I just think of the theme song.
It's the theme
song. And
song.
then I realized there's probably people that think it's the same thing.
Well, and here's the thing. So we looked it up earlier today. The origin of the song. The song's called technically Linus and Lucy, or Lucy and Linus.
Oh, I didn't know that.
That's the name of that track, and it was on an album by Vince Guaraldi in '64 of just like a boy named Charlie Brown, music from or whatever. And because that was I think the first special.
Yes,
was a boy named Charlie Brown, and then the following year it was the Christmas came out, and that was on that one also. I think that was their first exposure to it. I think everybody thought, oh, that's a Christmas song.
But when I hear a Charlie Brown Christmas song, I think of the, you know, Christmas time is here.
Yes, absolutely.
You know,
Hark the Herald Angels Sing, or whatever.
Stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly.
But my favorite Christmas song, I don't know if I said this last week, is the Snoopy versus the Red Baron.
In the nick of time, a hero arose, a funny-looking dog with a big black nose.
Like, I'm a geek for that song, and I don't know why.
Now, are you changing your tune?
Yeah, I was going to say.
Because last week it was Mariah Carey.
Well, I think that's the best Christmas song, the Mariah Carey
Oh, I see.
Like, if you're talking
Okay.
about, like, if I had to be, like, stranded on a desert island with only one, it would be the Mariah Carey one. But my favorite, in terms of, like, when it comes on, I'm like, you cannot hear that without just going straight cornball.
Yeah.
And also, I have this really weird habit. I get Christmas songs and lyrics mixed up. It doesn't make sense, but for whatever reason, the beat, the rhythm to the Snoopy versus the Red Baron, I've turned into The Night Before Christmas. It's very strange, but like now in my head, when I hear it on the radio, it's like dun 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 dun, and then I go, it was a night before Christmas, and all through the house, not a creature was stirring, and I'm like, what are you doing? That's not the song. And then then I'm gone. And which leads me to a game I played with my nephew this weekend, which was turn any sign you see into a Christmas song, which is not a game to ever play with an 8-year-old boy or girl or anything.
Now, how do you play that song?
Okay, so like Denny's has burgers and we're going to get some fries. Get me a shake or I will wait until you hear me cry. Like he was just, you know, and I was like, oh, you can turn anything. And then everything we pass, he's like, here come Sheets, there is Sheets right there. Like, okay.
So it's like the Peyton Manning.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, good call.
Thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we need to ride around and do this and take a video and put it on Facebook.
Although we already did.
There is
video.
Jimmy John's, here comes Subway, why can't we go to Sheets? Do you have a least favorite Christmas song?
I was thinking about that same thing. I don't like Jingle Bells just because of the oversaturation. I don't know. What about you? What do you think, Joel? Do you have a song that's just you just like, oh, get it off the radio?
I'm gonna feel like a total dick for saying this because it's the one. Is it Paul McCartney? The War Is Over.
That's John Lennon.
Yes,
that's the good Christmas song.
No,
you're thinking of. Tell me you're thinking
or
of
something about Christmas time.
No. I can't even begin to sing. It's called it's called The War Is Over.
Happy Xmas.
Happy Xmas.
Yeah.
So this is Christmas, and what have you done?
That's
I
the one
like
you
that
don't
song.
like?
No.
Oh, really?
No, I turn it every time. No, I have kind of a hatred of the. I don't want to say hatred is a strong word, but I'm not a Beatles fan.
Yeah, nor am I. But the John Lennon one I love. The Paul McCartney one I cannot stand.
Yeah,
No, see, I like
Paul
that
McCartney one. I don't like.
I like that one. There's something about Christmas time.
Heaven.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Simply having a wonderful Christmas time.
Don't like that one.
Like I'm literally like, Paul, why are you the one that's still alive?
Well, I gotta say, you know what, Paul's
Yeah, that's
music,
right. What I go to, by the way.
Yeah, really.
That's
You just
why
go
I
right
think-
for the jugular.
That's why I think Paul and John worked so well together because they both evened each other out. Paul is too much sap.
Yeah.
John is not enough sap. And so when they worked together, I thought it was a perfect combination. But I figured out which one I hate more than anything else. It is Feliz Navidad.
Oh, yeah, I'm with you.
Because there are
Build the wall.
literally 2 sentences.
Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad.
That's fair. But
Feliz Navidad.
hey, they make it work, man.
Over and over.
You've
and
never heard Los
over.
Lobos play Feliz Navidad.
Then I don't want to.
How about you know which one I don't? I want to say, I don't like it, but it's somewhat endearing, I guess. Dominic the Donkey.
Hey, jingity jing. It's Dominic the donkey. Jingity jing. The Italian Christmas donkey.
Hee-haw, hee-haw.
Is that really? I guess I had forgotten about that one.
Dominic the Donkey.
That's a bad
that makes me laugh, though. I like that.
Yeah,
song.
it makes me. I don't like it, but it is. I admit that it's
an enjoyable
endearing.
song. I like it.
I gotta be honest, I don't love Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. I've never looked at that as a good story for kids. I don't like the song.
It's a terrible message.
I don't like the song.
they're little dicks to
I
it.
don't like, but I don't even like how I don't like the slow beginning. The "You've got Dasher," and then I don't like the Rudolph. It does nothing for I hear that and I'm like, click.
Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer had a very shiny nose.
You know.
Yeah, I can't fault you for that.
One of my favorite Christmas songs is the Hanukkah song.
Put on your yarmulke, here comes Hanukkah. So much Hanukkah to celebrate Hanukkah.
Adam Sandler.
Oh,
and I'm
yeah,
considering it a
Absolutely.
Christmas song.
It's
because
a
you only-
holiday song.
Yeah, but you
I
only
know
hear
what you
it like it,
Right.
you know.
O.J. Simpson, not a Jew.
It's a great song.
It is a great song.
What do
And
you call it? Marijuana?
Marijuana. Eat your gin and tonica, or drink your gin
Yeah.
and tonica and smoke some marijuana.
Trying to think of other Christmas songs that I like or don't like.
This is going to sound really, really bad, but I do not like the Bing Crosby, David Bowie.
Oh,
It's creepy to me.
Wait.
I can't hear that song without
I don't
thinking of the
even want to
image.
continue with this.
Wait, I don't know that I know what you're talking about.
I like both songs individually, but I don't
Good
like.
God. So in 1977, Bing Crosby had a TV special, and David Bowie came on it. They sang "Little Drummer Boy, Peace on Earth." They did like a kind of a mashup.
Oh, I like that
Yeah.
one.
They told me, bum.
It is a great song. And did you know that like a couple weeks later is when Bing Crosby died?
And that might be why I dislike it. Maybe I associate.
It's one of the
but-
best versions of.
I don't
It's
dislike
amazing.
the song. It's just I never hear the song. I've only ever seen the video of it, and it's creepy. Like it literally looks like both of them are ghosts.
Oh, I disagree.
Yeah, I don't. It's just I don't like it. It's not my
I love
thing.
it. At the very, very end of the song, if you listen to the music in the song, the very end of it, you can hear Bing Crosby says, "Beautiful song." Something. It's so nice.
Do you know what song we haven't talked
Did
about
nothing
at
for
all?
me.
Heartless.
Where do we stand on "Rocking Around the Christmas Tree" by Brenda Lee?
Rocking around the Christmas tree at the Christmas party hop.
Oh,
It's okay.
Yeah,
it's okay.
it's kinda what I
Why?
generally
What do you
think.
know? You don't. Okay.
I mean, I don't dislike it. I don't love it. I'll listen to it if it's on.
I don't know that many Christmas trees that you can rock around.
Well, if you
If
get
you
the
try
little
hard
ones-
enough.
If you get the little ones.
Well, right, but here's the thing: like a lot of people have their trees near a corner or a wall, so you don't always get the full like. Open.
But you know what though? When
Or
you
you
say,
literally rocking around like the like doing a band.
I don't think you're
concert.
actually going around the tree. You're like
I
let's say
always-
gather around.
Here's the thing: it's hard to dislike the classics until you hear a bad version. And when
Right.
you hear a bad version of a classic, it's
bad.
it's like, oh, that's.
Do you have an example that you don't?
I think
like?
if you can't sing, you have no business trying to sing White Christmas.
Okay. Well, for me, probably the version that I'm sure there are people who are going to be really upset with me, but I love Stevie Nicks. I really love Stevie Nicks. She does a version of Silent Night. In fact, it was on that very special Christmas.
All 20 versions.
I can't even. It's horrible.
Silent night, holy night.
Well, she doesn't
She
sound
just
like the type of person I'd want
destroys
to
it.
sing a song like Silent Night.
That's what I mean. I think it was a
Silent Night
poor
is not an easy
choice.
song to sing.
It requires a soft, tender voice, and she's certainly not soft.
Here's the other thing about Christmas songs. I think you can't judge them until you've heard them completely. Like Silent Night has many lyrics, not just the first
I don't
verse.
know about
Like,
that. I mean, most people.
well, but some people are like, oh, I love Silent Night. Well, do you listen to the whole thing? Because like it does
Yeah,
drag out. You're by the third verse, you're like, okay, we get it. It's a quiet night. Let's go. Come on.
I don't know. I disagree. I think it's a good song, but I mean,
I think it's a
even
good song, but like most people just sing the first part.
Well, then that's okay.
You know. Rocking around with McNuggets like a good boy in a bed.
That is an interesting game. We'll have to
Yeah.
think about that.
Don't do it with an 8-year-old.
That's
That
just,
we-
that's
that we
just generally
can't-
good life advice.
Yeah. Wow.
Oh, if only Roy Moore would have adhered to that.
Oh,
But anyway,
geez. Well, from our family to yours. No.
Hopefully you hear us again before Christmas.
Yes,
but you never
yeah.
know.
you never know.
And if not, Jill's done something terrible probably.
Yeah,
at this point.
probably.
This has been the Upgroove Podcast. I'm Rob Rossi.
I'm Chris Pastor.
I'm Jill Leonard.
We'll catch you next time.
The Upgroove Podcast was recorded at Trib Total Media Studios in Pittsburgh.
I noticed last time. I either need to not swear, or you guys need to swear more because I don't want to be the vulgar one on the podcast.
No, I think it works perfect.
Oh, I think it's hysterical.